that kills you. All right, so you can see behind me here, I don't know if the sun's bleaching that out or not, we've got a little bit of a precarious situation on one of our roads. So come on up here and let me show you what we got to get figured out. So this area on the property, I'll show you all the map so you see where we are. We're further up the valley, further away from the pigs. But this is an area where we got our excavator in, did some road work earlier this year. We detailed that. But as it would be, the road that I get open, want to start using, we've got this death on a stick, literally, propped up here. And this turkey is dangerous. It is an old Virginia pine that is rotted completely. And it's not been able to support itself on its own, but it fell. And we've got this small red maple holding it here. And if you notice, there's a lot of grapevine. There's one main grapevine wrapped around it. And then it spreads over, it caught over into this maple, both of these maples. So that thing is literally being suspended by the grapevine only. And you can see that it's about, 12 feet off the ground over my road. Right here, actually, where we put a piece of culvert in. So I need to get this down. Actually, this has been like this for about 3 weeks, and I've left it thinking the wind that we've had a lot of high wind here lately, has not budged this at all. I was hoping the high wind would put it down, but we need to go ahead and get it on the ground because I'm not going to drive under this at any time the way that it is, because it's definitely, pancake waiting to happen. Okay, so we're standing on the uphill side of this. I was going to record across, but I don't want my lovely videographer on the downhill side of this, just in case this thing would decide to break loose. But check this out. This is about a 2-inch diameter grapevine, and it is taut. It's like a little Tom and Jerry cartoon where he always gets a guitar string. Doing! Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Anyway, so the trick we want to do is we want to release this, and we want to stand on the uphill side of it because we do not want to be steamrolled by this. First thing I'm going to do is start cutting. I'm going to cut the grapevine first and see if that gets it to move. If we can get it to lay down, awesome. If we can't, then we're going to curl up in a ball and cry like a little girl. No, then we're going to come over here and try to release this red oak. But that thing is under so much tension, I'm afraid it's going to barber chair. We'll just have to see how it goes. All right, so I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this. Several of you have asked already. You've seen it on the tractor in previous videos. My chainsaw holder here. This is a Saul Haul. This is the Saul Haul company actually sent this to me to try out, and I've really been happy with it. I wanted to run it for a bit just to make sure I was okay with it before giving it a seal of approval. But I really like the fact that I have my chainsaw on my tractor. If normally it would just be me in the woods if I was doing something like this. Well, nothing this dangerous. But there's times I'm just in the woods with a tractor. I hate putting my chainsaw in the bucket because I usually end up forgetting. I see a log or something in the way, and I go to push it out of the way and dump it and realize, oh, I just dumped my chainsaw on the ground. So this comes in handy to have mounted here. A place for the tool, of course. This one fits specifically on a front loader of a tractor, but they make them for side-by-sides and other attachments as well. So the Saul Haul, of course, just a simple bolt pattern. Taking it out of the box and actually putting it on the tractor, I think, was maybe 10 minutes at most. So it's super easy to put together. Now, one thing I added, I like the idea. I really like the idea of having my saw with me on the tractor. But of course, the other two components you need are gas and bar oil. So looking for something small that I can carry a small amount of fuel and a small amount of bar oil without having to have a big tank mounted on the tractor. Well, I found these, and I'll link to them in Amazon. I found these on Amazon, and these are actually for foresters. That's why they have the carabiner clips on them, so you can clip them on your belt and carry them into the woods. And for my MS391, one of these holds 2 tanks worth of fuel for the chainsaw. The other one I have bar oil in, and with temperatures we have right now, it doesn't work as well. But I like these because they've got the plunger spouts, so they're not going to leak. You can just depress, put the gas in when you need it. So I've got a full tank already. I've got 2 other tanks here. So I could be in the woods working a good bit of that, maybe a half day or more, doing saw work and not have to come off the hill for refueling or bar oil. So I'm going to share a link down in the video description for our affiliate link to Saul Haul. Again, they sent that to me and said if we liked it, then we could maybe tell you all about it. And then also I'll post Amazon links to these guys because, like I said, I like these. These little fuel holders work pretty well. So yeah, obviously it's stupid of me to be standing here right on the downhill side of it, but I wanted to show you real quick just how that grapevine goes up and intertwines, and then the canopy catches over into those red maples. So I'm going to get out of the way of this. We're going to cut on the uphill side so we can be safer, and see if we can get this thing on the ground. If I need an escape route, I'm going that way. You're safe where you are, dear lady. Well, that was anticlimactic. All right, we'll do the next one here. Yep, she's trying to barber chair. I don't want to get too close to it. I don't think my mic's picking it up, but you can hear that thing popping. If this doesn't barber chair, when it gets on the ground, I'll explain to you what barber chair is. I'd rather it not. Some people may be criticizing me right now for not wearing a hard hat, but the danger is not coming down from the top. The danger is going to be taking me out of the knees here. Let's release a little bit more. lay down here a second. So a barber chair is what you're seeing kind of unfold here a little bit. It really becomes a barber chair when it kicks backwards. So as that split continues up the tree and there's resistance at the top of the canopy, that would cause it to push back. And that's usually the problem that guys get injured or killed with a barber chair, is they're standing here on the right side. So they'd be standing directly in the path of that. So if that log would kick back to the right, and a guy standing there, that's when he gets all kinds of bad day. That's why I'm standing where I'm standing. All right, we'll have to release a little bit more. All right, so we got the tension off of that guy. So I don't know if you can see the skid mark coming down that other maple there. But that skid mark is obviously indicative of that weight being suspended. So the combination of canopy and that one branch there, that's holding that. So we're going to have to try to release this log, even though it's rotted pretty well. Why don't you back up a little bit? So you can see most of this is just absolute paper and funk, but there's just a tiny little bit, that core, that was still solid. So once we separated that, the whole thing released, laid down. Now we still have a lot of tension on this last maple, and that turkey is bound up pretty good. So what I'm going to do is cut this log up into manageable pieces so we can get it out of here, and then I'll go over and try to release some of those vines that are keeping that under tension and see if that allows it to stand back up. This other red maple is in the canopy as well, so commingling of that may be an issue, so we may have to come and release some of it. But let's start with this log. It's the little one that kills you. She's tight. All right, well, that was an ordeal, but safely got it on the ground. No injuries, no broken equipment. Praise Jesus. That's how we like to roll. Well, that's one less thing on the farm that'll kill us. Yeah. All right. Appreciate your help, babe. Thanks for being my spotter. So the next step, of course, is just to get the logs out of the way. I'm just going to push those over the hill with the tractor. I won't document that. That's not that big a deal. And by the way, we wanted to welcome those of you that came over from the Haulers channel. We saw that you all, they released their video this week and saw that we had some people come over. So we say welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
We've had several comments about our visit to the Haulers Homestead, and we just wanted to give you a little bit of backstory there on why we decided to go south and help them with their pig pasture. we have been watching the Holler Homestead for a while, as many of you have, and one of their videos really resonated with us. It was the one where they introduced their new baby, Liliana.
Oh, that baby has to squeeze that baby. That baby is very squeezable, by the way.
And they had talked about in that video how they were experiencing struggles in their marriage a few years ago, and decided they had two choices. They were either going to scrap it or they were going to work on it and make it a go. And they decided to make it a go, and we just are thrilled to hear about other couples that are willing to work on their marriages. We just think that's so important. And it's something that we've really worked hard on as well. And so because of their commitment to each other, we really feel like we wanted to support that. So Troy just had the idea of knowing that they needed some help on the farm, and are very busy with all of their other chores, and wanted to see if we could go and lend them some help.
Yeah, the fact that they chose to be transparent with those specific personal issues, as Kelly mentioned, really resonated with us. It spoke to us. We've been married 25 years, and it's not, it's not a cakewalk like some people may think. It's something you have to work on. And when Meg and Ben were talking about, they either had to make a decision to split up or to work on their marriage. Both of those options are hard.
Yes.
So it's kind of choose your hard in that situation. So they choose the hard to work on their marriage, and we can speak into that as well. And that's something that has been on mine and Kelly's heart for a very long time.
And I think that when they made that decision to work on that, and they made that commitment to each other, they were really making that commitment to each of their children and any other family members that are going to reap the blessings from that decision that they made. And so we just wanted to be in support of them.
Absolutely.
They're
yeah.
a great couple, as many of you know, and so it was really fun to be able to go and help them in things that they needed.
Yes, yeah, and it was a blessing for us in return. So we, as most of these situations are, you go to bless somebody and you get blessed tenfold in return. Yes. So that was our experience as well. So thank you all for coming over and watching us. We're not as young and spry as the well, speak for yourself, Troy, as the Haulers, but we appreciate you guys watching.
And if you're our regular viewers and you haven't yet checked out the Holler Homestead, we encourage you to do so.
Absolutely. It's very entertaining to see, and those four boys are exemplary as working on the farm, and they are hard at it, very creative, very good young men. So good channel to enjoy, very wholesome family. All right, Kel, should we go home?
I think so.
Is it dinner time?
It's feeling like winter. I hope the boys have dinner ready.
That's another benefit of having teenagers. Yeah, the chef is working. He had flour all over his face when I left, so that's probably a good sign, right?
Well, he's baking the bread to go along with dinner. I just have to get dinner ready.
Oh, I see. All right.
That's the hard part.
Do we know what's going with our bread? All right.
We have some ideas.
Well, as you can tell, I don't starve, so we'll figure something out. All right. Say goodnight, Kel.
Good night, Kel.
Take care.